In this video, I want to discuss a student example of a level 2 critique for Kate Mansfield's The Fly. Now, I asked you to write a two-tier title, and this one came in without a title, so that's going to lower the grade a little bit, but this student started off strong with a clear identification here, the author and the short story, and the summary is pretty good. Actually, it goes from here to right here. Well-developed summary. Now, right here, we move into the student moves into interpretation, and there is a very strong opening into interpretation here. It says here Mansfield is saying that the boss tests the fly's strength because he wants to see if the fly can take on all the challenges that the boss is given in life. So, and that his son was given. Okay, there are similarities of the fly's life with his son's life. The boss admires the fly's courage to clean off the ink, like he admires his son's courage when going to war. The fly and the boss's son, we got to fix that with apostrophes there, but both faced problems that they could not control. Now, you know, that is a possible explanation, but I think it's more probable if you were to connect the fly with the man, the boss. Because the fly gets repeatedly this drop of ink on his head. The son gets it once, basically, in war, and he's dead. But the boss is the one who has first tried to wipe off the ink of disappointment when his son died, and who has tried to wipe it off before when he has these moments of terrible weeping. Think of the tears and the washing away of the grief that might be synonymous with the wiping away of the ink for the fly. Think of how Mansfield talks about the fly putting his two arms together, two front legs together, and rubbing them as one would wash hands, and maybe that's how the boss would wash his face and wash his hands after he cries. So because of the repeated crises that the boss goes through with his memory, I think it's much better if you just let the fly be equated to the boss, all right? But anyway, I wanted to say that this is a clear break from summary, a clear break into interpretation. I think that you could develop this interpretation more. Now, when we get down here to the evaluation or the response, I get the language that allows me to see the student has moved clearly into this personal response. I agree with Mansfield's point in the story. Mansfield describes the boss as a successful businessman that is proud of his office. The boss also drinks whiskey in his office. I think that shows a sign of depression. Well, I don't know if you have a lot of clues from the story to support that. In fact, the boss seems to think of this as a good thing, a medicine, a sort of a social thing too. It comes out only when he's sharing it with someone, as far as the clues you get from the story. See, now what goes on here, okay, is really more summary. I need you to be more closely focused here on just evaluating what you think of some of the main points. Now here's something. What I do not really agree with or understand is why the end of the story just ends without solving anything. At the end, the boss just completely forgets what he's thinking about. Will he find closure, or will he die of a broken heart? I think that you should see that there, that he is dying mentally. He is becoming more and more distant from the actual event, and he can't understand what's happening. But I would hesitate using language like I don't understand or I don't agree. Well, you can or cannot agree. It's up to you there. But when you say I don't understand, the reader might suspect that you're saying I just couldn't understand what was going on, as opposed to I don't agree with this. I don't understand how you could do it. So there are some things that need to be tuned up here, but yeah, I would say this is definitely maybe a 3.5, 3.6, 3.7 as far as grades go on a GPA scale. 4 being an A, 3 being a B, C being a 2.